What's going on YouTube? Jeans here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are bringing you guys Toxic Spike's Toxapex for Regulation I. Now, when it comes to Toxapex, this Pokemon is one of the best for stalling out competition. Not only can it poison Pokemon, but it can also set up Infestation, which deals damage at the end of every single turn. It also has Regenerator as its ability, so it acts as a way to actually get some HP recovery if we swap out this Pokemon. Now, Toxapex over here is rocking the Mental Herb as item, which is actually really good considering it is rocking pretty much all supporting moves besides Infestation. Outside of Toxapex, it has Wide Guard and also has Baneful Bunker, which is pretty much just Protect, but if you hit it with a contact move, you get poisoned yourself. So, really dope move. This Toxapex here is ready to poison Pokemon and just pester and just be annoying all day long. Now, our two restricted Pokemon on today's team outside of Toxapex is going to be Ho-Oh and Terapagos. Just like Toxapex, Ho-Oh has Regenerator as ability, so that's two Pokemon we can actually swap in and out and constantly get HP back, which is really good. Terapagos, on the other hand, pretty standard, pretty meta build right here with Terra Shift and Leftovers. It's got Terra Starstorm with Earth Power, Substitute, and Protect, so pretty much this team's kind of here to just stall out and waste some turns while the poison just does its work, so I'm ready for today. I'm definitely ready for today. Ho-Oh, another standard build with Citrus Berry, Sacred Fire, Brave Bird, Tailwind, and Protect. Then our final three Pokemon on today's team features Rillaboom, Urshifu, and Fluttermane. I feel like I don't really need to explain these Pokemon. They've been in the meta for so long. They're pretty standard at this point. Guys, you want to run the team for yourself? The code is at the top right hand corner. And if you do enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. But without further ado, let's hop into match number 1, showcasing Toxapex in Regulation I. First match on its way, going up against a pretty heavy Sun team. They got Groudon, they got Ho-Oh with Roarmoon, Walking Wake, and Whimsicott. Last but not least, they have the Ostrich, Galarian, Zapdos, but we don't have any way of changing up weather, which could get a little rough. I mean, we have Terapagos, which can just delete weather, which is pretty good, but I like leading Toxapex here, just trying to get this set up here, right? Just trying to get those Toxapex going, trying to get rolling from there. I feel like that's pretty solid for us. I could lead Terapagos here, or I could also lead Rillaboom just so I can fake out and kind of just pester around. That wouldn't be too bad for us. I am kind of worried a little bit about Groudon because Prismaplice Blades can do some damage. It can do some damage. So, again, a little scared of that. I am, however, just going to lead Rillaboom just so I can fake out and kind of attack here. They got a few different flying type Pokemon here. So, I mean, I can always Terrasilize into straight fire if I have to. Maybe should I not bring that? I could just go Booster Energy Fluttermane. Which honestly, not too bad. Not too bad here at all. Again, I'm just worried about Groudon a little bit. You know, screw it. We're gonna go Rillaboom. We're gonna go Ho-Oh and Terapagos. I'm cool with this. I'm cool with this. Alright. Let's see what they want to do here. Let's see, because again, Groudon could be a scary lead just because of the sheer fact that Terapagos only has, or not Terapagos, Toxapex only has Poison Terror type, and it's going to be weak to ground either way, so I'll have a fake out option here. I can always Wood Hammer, but I want to just like fake out, maybe set up the Toxic Spikes, maybe Protect and get off some turns, depending on who they go into, and they're going to go into two very powerful leads here with these two guys. Okay, so I can go Fire Terror here, which isn't too bad. He has Defiant, and I can just fake out this Groudon here, so that is exactly what I'm going to do here. Just go fake out and set up Toxic Spikes. That's fine for me. So Toxic Spikes here. I could Terrasilize Rillaboom. I could keep it on the field. Or I could just let it die out. I don't really know what I want to do here. What is my play here? I don't think we Terrasilize. I think we just leave it. I think we just let it die out. If it dies out the Brave Bird, you know? So, let's just fake out here. Pop that into the Groudon slot. Brave Bird is going to fly. Like I said, I knew I would die, but I really want to get off this Toxic Spikes here. So we're going to end up losing our lovely little Rillaboom here, but at the cost of Toxic Spikes. I'm happy with that because Blades was probably flying, and it was definitely getting out of hand. So there's Toxic Spikes ready to roll. What's my play call here? What is my play call here? Because I could go into Terapagos here and just start dealing damage, or I could just go into Ho-Oh here, which is actually pretty solid, especially with the Citrus Berry. So I'm gonna end up going into Ho-Oh here. I could just get rid of the bird at this point, or I could attack Groudon. I'm really thinking of just going for Baneful Bunker here, and just getting rid of the bird with Sacred Fire. I mean, Brave Bird's super effective, but Sacred Fire will do the job. So I'm just gonna go Sacred Fire here. Let's send it. Let's send it. The bird just poses such a big threat. It's just so fast and it just hits really hard. Plus, Ho-Oh is decent up against Groudon because a lot of Groudons sometimes rock Thunder Punch, but for the most part, they're rocking Blades, maybe High Horsepower, and Heat Crash would protect. But Brave Bird's going to launch into the Ho-Oh slot. That's fine. Ho-Oh can soak that up. He's going to take a little bit of recoil. Ho-Oh's going to go next, and I'm just going to get rid of the bird now. Cool. It's good to know that Ho-Oh outspeeds the Groudon. That's really good. So there's that, and he's just going to go for Blades here, which is great news for us. And I can maybe Wide Guard and maybe waste out a turn here. I can maybe just Wide Guard here, which could be nice. He's going to throw out his next Pokemon, who's going to be poisoned. I could end up swapping Ho-Oh just for Regenerator, but I might not need it. Cotton Ball is going to come out here, which is Whimsicott. He's going to take a little bit of a poison shot here. That's good news. So Poison's going to fly. You're going to go for Blades here. I'm just going to Wide Guard this turn. I'm just going to Wide Guard this turn and go for maybe look for a burn chance here. You're probably going into Fire Terror here. Unless you're Whimsicott Terroring, which would be fine. Nope, Groudon's going to Fire Terror. That sucks, man. That sucks. They'll still be able to do okay damage, but we're really hoping they're just still going for Precipice Blades at this point, right? I'm going to Wide Guard it. Might as well let this poison chip up a little bit. Encore's going to pop here, and you're going to Encore me into Wide Guard. That's fine with me. I can always Regenerator next turn. Is he going for Blades here? I do have the Mental Herb, which is really nice. He can Encore me again. So I might just swap. Not too sure. Or I could go for Baneful Bunker here. Then I'm picking up some damage there. Wide Guard is going to block the Blades. Let Poison chip up a little bit more into that slot. Do we think he goes for another Encore? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. Poison's going to chip up a little bit. I think we just go for like an Infestation here. And we go for it. If you... we could just go for another Wide Guard, but I'm going to go for Infestation. So I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to switch the Brave Bird into the slot. Ends up withdrawing, that's fine. So he withdraws, that means he's going to take a poison shot here. I'm going for Infestation into this Ho-Oh slot, which would be really nice. And oh, you're flying Pokemon. You're a flying Pokemon. The Brave Bird launches here. Chipping up decent damage. Are you Citrus Berry just like us? I'm about to eat up all my Citrus Berry. Which is good news. And Toxapex is just going to town here. So we have a poison on the Whimsicott. We're about to infest this Ho-Oh, which is really good. It did about -7 damage, but now we infested it. We infested it. Everybody's getting back a little bit of HP due to terrain, but slowly chipping up some damage. I shouldn't have set this terrain, but I need to get this Toxapex up. But yo, that noise needs to go. I hate that noise. I hate it. The bees noise. It's just all the bees. But at this point, we're just going to infest you. And I think we just protect you at this point. What are you going to do? Brave Bird my Toxapex? Sure, go for it. End up withdrawing that slot, so now Groudon's going to take a poison. And I'm going to infest it. Cool. Awesome. Dope. Sweet. Get poisoned. Get poisoned. Maybe we should just Brave Bird down this Ho-Oh. Because Regenerator could get a little out of hand here. We got some poisons going. He's got Life Dew up. You got Life Dew? You little booger? Life Dew. At least it's not Lunar Blessing. Lunar Blessing's OP, man. Lunar Blessing's OP when it takes away all the status conditions and stuff. It's like, oh, man. The Sunlight's gone now, so they're not really thriving with that. You could go for Blades at this point. But right now, we are slowly just chunking up damage. Bees are going crazy right now. I could end up hard swapping Ho-Oh at this point. I'm just going to keep... I could Infest here. I could just Baneful Bunker. Got a few different options here. I am just going to go for a Baneful Bunker. We'll go for Baneful Bunker, and I will just go for a Brave Bird here to deal as much damage as I can to Ho-Oh. We're just going to protect our little Toxapex. I still have my Terra type, and I still have what's called in the back end, which is great news. We're just gonna life deal up. That's fine. Get back a little bit of HP. Rock Slide's gonna launch here, and oh, this could be deadly. Dodge it, dodge it, dodge it. Oh no. Ho-Oh's dying out here. All right. So life dew kind of doing us a little dirty here. How could I start playing this one? So I have the poisons, I have all this chip stuff, but at the same time, it's like, it's a little tough. It's a little tough, especially if that Rock Slide. I got Terapagos. I really wish I would have had Calm Mind here. Calm Mind would have been so clutch for us. Calm Mind would have been so clutch for us. So I get the Terra Shift out here. I think I just Wide Guard here. Wide Guard Stellar Terra. Let's go for Terra Starstorm. Let's do it. Let's do it. Man, if I could have got a poison on this Ho-Oh too, would have been awesome. But right now we're just playing it slow. It's definitely a very close match. That Rock Slide was a huge part of this matchup. I have leftovers on my Terapagos, which is good news. Really good news. You get HP back at the end of every single turn. We are Stellar Terra right now. Sunlight's not out either, which is good for us as well. Let's see how this one's gonna play, because we're Wide Guard here. We're Wide Guard. He pretty much knows all my moves at this point. And he's gonna rip a Sacred Fire here. It actually still does decent damage. And of course they pick up the burn. Of course they pick up the burn. That's sad news. Rock Slide's gonna launch here. We are just gonna block it with Wide Guard. That's good. Out comes Terra Starstorm. I don't know how much damage it's doing, because usually Terapagos really thrives out with a special attack boost, which is why I want to Calm Mind. But this is still doing great damage. We're going to knock out this Groudon here. It actually puts us in decent position to have a shot at this game. We have a shot. They could double down maybe into Terapagos this turn. That is a possibility. So I might just protect it and try to set up an Infestation onto Whimsicott. But the Wide Guard's been so clutch. If this Ho-Oh was poisoned, we really would have been thriving out here. But I think we might just want to attack here, right? Depending on Terapagos' speed, we might just want to attack here, because Tailwind just ended, and I know I can soak up a shot from Ho-Oh, but I don't know if I could soak up a double down shot, like a Moonblast and a Sacred Fire. So I might just want to attack with Terapagos, depending on this Terapagos' speed, which I'm going to check out. But what a first match, yo. Terapagos and Toxapex just going to town. I know he has Life Dew, which is very, very annoying, but he is poisoned already, which is great news. Let's see my boy's speed. If Terapagos is decently fast, we won't protect it. 126. He might just go for a Tailwind here. I'm just going to attack here. I think he goes for a Tailwind. I really do. We might just be able to outspeed this Ho-Oh without Tailwind, which is good news. 126 is decent speed, but Ho-Oh's probably faster. I'm going to say he goes for Tailwind, so I'm just going to send this attack and just Infestation across the board. Could go for Life Dew here as well. He's pretty low on HP. Sunny Day's going to pop. So that might be enough to actually KO me. That's tough news here. Luckily, I outspeed. That's beautiful. That's beautiful that we outspeed. Good thing I did attack here without the Tailwind. I'm able to bring Ho-Oh low enough where it's going to die out to Infestation. And I'm able to soak that Sacred Fire. And I can Infestation this Whimsicott. And that's going to be game, baby. Toxapex Stall Team, baby. What a match number 1. What a first match. Come on, man. Toxapex OP, baby. This Pokemon's so OP. Poison's going to chip up into the Whimsicott. KO that. We had Infestation on that regardless. And now Infestation going to take out the Ho-Oh. Come on, man. That's too easy. Toxapex at full HP. They weren't able to touch this thing. I was Wide Guarding perfectly on Precipice Blades. Wide Guard and Rock Slide protecting at the perfect time. Setting up Toxic Spikes. We did it all. 1-0 to get this video started. Come on, man. That deserves a like and a subscription if you have not subscribed to the channel already. Toxapex going crazy in match number 1. Match number 2, however, is a different story. They got Lunala, they're rocking out like Rhydon. They also have Chi-Yu with Rock Ogre Pond. And then they got Fluttermane and Indeedee here. Expanded Force looking terrifying. I have to watch out for that, which might be a reason why I'm probably not going to bring Trap or Toxapex here. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to bring it. It just seems a bit too tough for it. I could go into Rillaboom. I got to bring in my restricted Pokemon. Rillaboom's not a bad Pokemon here. I might just go Fluttermane right off the rip, alongside with maybe Ho-Oh or even Terrapagos. Wouldn't be too bad. Urshifu's pretty good here. Yeah, we're going to lead these two and then bring our restricted Pokemon in the back end. As much as I want Rillaboom here, Rillaboom's really not all that, considering, I mean, they have Koraidon and Chi-Yu, 2 Pokemon with fire moves that could just absolutely delete my Rillaboom, and who knows, they might not even bring Indeedee, so we might not even need to take terrain control, and that would be the only reason I would want Rillaboom. But the first match would be legit just use Rillaboom for Fake Out. I knew it was going to die there. I knew, like, Brave Bird was going to get sent, and I was just like, I had to save my Terror type. I was just like, we're just going to use Fake Out to just set up Toxapex, and it worked out perfectly. It worked out so perfectly. We're going to end up going into both of these two. They're probably definitely, hands down, terrestrializing this Lunala. It is 4 times weak to Dark. But, I mean, Icy Wind's probably our play here, and I could just actually just throw him a curveball and throw this Wicked Blow into this Fluttermane slot and just look to KO that. And that's exactly what we do here. I mean, they can't protect, but they can terrestrialize, right? Urshifu hits through to protect. I have Focus Sash here as well, which is really, really good. Icy Wind's just going to grant us a bit more speed control here. And if he is Focus Sash, we take it off because Booster Energy did not pop on that Fluttermane, which is great news. So let's see what he wants to do here. I feel like it's an absolute must that he has to terrestrialize Lunala. Or swap it, that works. That works. He ends up going with the hard swap here. He's going to go into Koraidon, which could be Clear Amulet. I really hope not, right? This could be really nice just to get that speed drop. I would love the speed drop. I would love it. So Sunlight comes out here, and he actually gets some speed here. And yeah, you're just going to take out my Fluttermane? That hurts the soul. Bye-bye, Fluttermane. Actually, my Fluttermane soaks. It's a bulky team. It's a real bulky team. So Icy Wind launches, speed drops all around, no Clear Amulet, which is cool. And I'm able just to KO this Fluttermane pretty much, right? Wicked Blow should KO Fluttermane. I hope so. It does. Awesome. Get it on out my face. Get it on out of here. Fluttermane gone. Great news for us. Alright. So they have Koraidon on the field. They might go back into Lunala. But I doubt it. If they go back into Lunala, they're hands down terrestrializing. I can Icy Wind again for a bit more speed control. He's not Clear Amulet, so Icy Wind might be good just to allow us to outspeed. They're going to throw out the next Pokemon, which is Lunala. So Lunala is definitely terrestrializing. Like, we already know that. We already know that. At this point, Icy Wind probably the call is slow things down here yet again. And let's just close combat probably this Koraidon slot. Just look to KO it. You have to terrestrialize Lunala. You're not going to go back into it to not terrestrialize. It's just not going to happen. He's going to go into the Fairy Terror, which is fine. I'll have Terrapagos in for late game. The sun's out. I have Ho-Oh ready to go. So I'm just going to look to slow down their team again and then just have my Urshifu just keep doing Urshifu things. But look at the little smug look on. What is going on here? He swap out Koraidon? Who's going on here? Who's coming out here? Chi-Yu. Cool, I'm KOing Chi-Yu with close combat. That works. The Chi-Yu's going to die out here, and there's the Terror type. But did you guys see that smug look on that Fluttermane? We just had the smuggiest smirk possible. He's like, yeah, like I'm Fluttermane. I'm whooping up on any team. Fluttermane's just been so OP ever since Scarlet and Violet came out. It's hands down been the best Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. But Icy Wind's gonna launch here. Slow down everybody. Everybody wave bye-bye to Chi-Yu. We all know that he's dead. He ends up going into a Water Terror type, which is fine. Which is fine. Bye-bye to you. And I wonder who he attacks here. I'm kind of hoping he attacks my Urshifu. Just because of the sheer fact is I have Focus Sash. And I can soak it up. And I feel like you have to attack the Urshifu. Meteor Beam. I would love to be able to get off another icy one. That could be really good for me. But if you KO my Flutter Mane here, then I'm just going to go into Trap Ghost and get rid of the Sunlight. Yeah, you are going to attack Flutter Mane. So you leave my lovely little Urshifu here for another turn. Great news. I know Urshifu is going to outspeed this Lunala. But Koraidon without the sun is just not that good. It's not that good. It really is not that good. So I'm going to Terrasilize, get rid of the weather, go into my Terra Starstorm, and pretty much just seal up this game, right? Just seal it up. Yep, Terra Starstorm, and we'll close combat again. I feel like they just cancel match. After seeing Terapgos, I feel like they know. I feel like they know it's over. But first match, we killed it with Toxapex. Second match here was the Flutter Mane Urshifu show. Third and final match, I definitely want to try to use Toxapex. Hopefully we get an opponent that we can just rip up into. But this worked out well for us because they did not bring Indeedee. Like I said at the beginning, if they don't bring Indeedee, it would be really good for us because we didn't bring Rillaboom and we just saved that slot. And worked out really well for us. Worked out perfectly well. But we also had Terapgos just to get rid of Torrential. That's what's so good about Terapgos. You can just like cancel out all effects on the field. No weather, no terrain. Get it all on out of here. Just takes it out, which is really dope. It really makes Terapgos, in my opinion. Like, Terapgos is decently strong because of like Terra Starstorm and all that. But this right here is really what makes it a great Pokemon in this restricted format. Just being able to get rid of all this stuff. So bye-bye to the Sunlight. Collision Course is going to fly here. That honestly is going to do some damage. But it's not going to KO me just because Sunlight is not there and it does KO me. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. How much damage is close combat doing? Are you serious right now? You can't be serious. You just go for Expanded Force, which is great news. It doesn't affect me, and I still have Focus Sash. And I can bring out you, and I think I just go for Sucker Punch, and I just start dealing damage into Lunala at this point. Oh, man. Oh, man. We'll go for Brave Bird here, and we'll just Sucker Punch you up. And he ends up protecting. Alright. I still have Focus Sash, so I can pretty much just spam that while I just go for Brave Birds. Great damage there. I take a little bit of recoil. Still have the Focus Sash here. Moongeist Beam going to launch in this slot. I know -2 on defense. Let's see how much damage this does. Brings me down to Focus Sash. Cool. I'm going to actually switch this Brave Bird over into that slot. And I'm going to Sucker Punch you. Make life a little bit easier for me. Yeah. Good call on my end. Great call on my end. Great call on my end. Sucker Punch flies into that slot. I'm able to Brave Bird and finish off this match. Great call on my end. But that kind of played two roles. If he was going to protect like that, it handled that situation. But if he wasn't going to protect, we were going to be able to do some damage to Lunala as, what's it called, as Koraidon would have KO'd my Urshifu if it would have attacked. And then we would have just KO'd Urshifu, well not Urshifu, we would have KO'd Koraidon and then being able to outspeed next turn and win this game. So that protected us on both sides. This works perfectly for us just because we got speed. And now we win this game no problem. Came really close ever since it KO'd that Terapagos. That scared me a little bit. But luckily, we're able to win that match. We're sitting 2-0. Third and final match is here, and I don't really know what I'm going up against. Like, I see two restricted Pokemon. I see Ditto, and then I see Seal, Litten, and Alolan Vulpix. I don't know. This could just be a trick team, considering two of the Pokemon could be decoys and one of them could be, you know, Eviolite and actually do something with Ditto and the two restricteds. So I'm not going to take this one lightly. I'm not going to take this one lightly. We're going into the Pex here. I could also just go into my Fake Out user, which might be my best bet here, just to get off Toxic Spikes and just start Infestation, all that good stuff. Or I could just go into like Urshifu here, just to pose a giant threat. I feel like I got a few different options. I'm going to go into Urshifu here. Urshifu, we are going to bring Terapagos and got to bring in this Ho-Oh. Yeah, let's do this. I don't know how to feel about this. I really have no idea. Because, again, I've seen teams like this where they use two Pokemon as decoys. and the other 4 are just like their team, right? And I can see this being it because Ditto's great for Regulation I, the 2 restricted Pokemon are great for Regulation I, and Litten could be the Eviolite Pokemon. It could easily be the Eviolite Pokemon. Could easily be this Eevee. Okay, this team's scaring me, dude. Intimidate pop. Yeah, no, hands down, this is it. Hands down. So we pretty much know their team. So I'm gonna go Toxapex here. I'm gonna get this set up, and I could just detect right off the rip, which I am gonna do. So I think Fake Out is a thing on this Litten. I really do. And I'm terrified of it. I think it's an Egg Boo, right? Yeah, no, dude, this is a trick team. This is a trick team. Get on out my face with this. Get on out my face with this. I'll set up my Toxic Spikes all day. Set up my Toxic Spikes all day. So I'm probably going for Trick Room here. Yeah, okay. I understand. I see you. Getting out of hand at this point. So I have Toxic Spikes on the board. Infestation could start rocking out. They could potentially go for Glacial Lance, but I'm not too worried about that. I am intimidated, so I am just going to go for a Wicked Blow. And honestly, we're just going to go after this Litten. I'm attacking this Litten right now. I'm attacking this Litten. I'm going to lose to Litten. I already know this match is over. We're going to lose this match. Which, if I'm going to lose today, I'm glad it's to a Litten. I'm glad it's to a Litten. Yeah, the Seal and the Lone Vulpix, they're just gimmick Pokemon. They're just a trap. They're just a trap. They're just a trap. We'll see a Terror type here into the boy, into Straight Fire. That's fine by me. I'm not too sure what he's going to go for. But I'm outspeeding this Trick Room so I get off my infestations and all that good stuff. I'm able to do that. U-turn is going to pivot that. Maybe I should have went for Wide Guard. But he's going to take this Wicked Blow if Urshifu survives this shot, which I hope it can. I really hope it can. And no, the Seal's here to play too. The Seal is here. He's going to rip a high horsepower. Maybe he thinks I'm going for Wide Guard when I'm not. Wicked Blow flies, it does great damage, and I poison the Seal. What is the Seal here to do? The Seal is terrifying. The Seal is terrifying here. Got the bugs and the bees attacking right now. And at this point, I'm going to infest you, and I'm just going to detect you. Yeah, I'm not playing around here. Seal, what do you do? What does Seal do, man? Look at his little tongue. So I detect. Guess the Seal wasn't a gimmick Pokemon. I'm really curious to see what it does. It's going for Flip Turn. Oh, this is what he does. Okay, I understand now. I understand now. I understand. I understand now. I understand. Weakness policy. This thing's sitting in Trick Room for a little bit. I understand now. So hopefully he's not going for high horsepower into my pecs here. This could really get a little annoying because he's ready to Fake Out here again. I'm hoping I can just Infestation up in here. I'm hoping he's just going for Glacial Lance at this point. He intimidates again. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm able to outspeed, which is always good. Now Poison's got Infestation going on here. Can you go for Glacial Lance? You do go for Glacial Lance. That's good news because he'll probably go for it again next turn, and I can just Wide Guard it away. That's the thing, but you're probably going for Fake Out at this point, too. How many turns are left in Trick Room? Got the bees out here, the bugs. Alright, so we know he has Seal. Palkia is probably the final Pokemon. Slowly just doing damage. 2 turns left in Trick Room. Now to just Wide Guard. And if you don't go for Glacial Lance, I can just, you know, hit you up with Wicked Blow here. He's going to Fake Out the Pecs, which is fine. That's beautiful. Fake Out the Pecs here. And the Glacial Lance gets blocked. We love this because now I can just Baneful Bunker. Actually, I mean, I could stay on the field with Toxapex this turn. Or I could double down with Protect. And I can waste out this Stricken turn. But this is huge. This is huge. This is big time damage for us. So there's that. Chipping up good damage. Infestation, 2 turns should be able to KO this this Calyrex. But we were playing super well with Toxapex today. And this noise, man. This noise. They got to do something about it in the next gen. It's too loud. It's too, it just doesn't scratch the brain the right way. It just, dude, it hurts. It hurts. So there is a chance that he does swap Calyrex, so I am just going to Infestation that and just detect you instead of going for Baneful Bunker. Because if you KO my Toxapex, like, cool, that's fine. But I need to make sure this Calyrex dies out here. So I detect here, and I just actually... Oh, that would have been nice if it would have KO'd that. I got a crit too, and it did about 1 damage. And Litten's going to go for an Endeavor here. And he's probably just high horsepower in this Toxapex. I should just double protect it. Did I dodge that? Oh, you doubled down into the slot. Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing. Trick Room is gone. Get poisoned. We gotta hold our ears again for a second. Everyone cover your ears, man. The bugs and the bees are here. The bugs and the bees are doing damage. Bye-bye, Calyrex. Toxapex going crazy today. It's going absolutely nuclear. So we already have a poison on Seal. Palkia is probably the final Pokemon. I would love to hit that thing with an Infestation. And just, you know, try to KO that bad boy. Because a poison and Infestation could pretty much just lock up this game. Yep, here comes Palkia. Here comes Palkia. Take that poison, Palkia. Take that poison. Take that poison all day. Pressure's going to pop out here. But definitely, I could actually just like hard swap here. Get that, you know, stuff going. But we're just going to go for that Infestation. And we're just going to look to, you know, deal as much damage as we possibly can to Palkia here. Look at Blow launches, does great damage into that slot. He's going to U-turn pivot and do about -5 going to Seal. That's fine. Seal's poison. Not too worried about Seal and Lit now that they did their stuff and things already. I'm just worried about Palkia. So out comes the Seal, looking all cute and cuddly. And we're outspeeding him. Wow. This Palkia is super slow for Trick Room. And he's popping Trick Room again. So now I got Infestation, I got Poison. That's pretty much game. That's pretty much game. I can just stall this out, double protect you, just let the poison and stuff chip up. Thanks for playing. I could honestly just Sucker Punch this Palkia here as well. That's game to match. And the bugs are popping out here again. Not the bugs! Not the bugs! Not the bugs, but I'm just going to Infestation you. I am just going to go for a... Actually, what am I doing? Just Baneful Bunker and Detect here. It's a pretty simple game. It's a pretty simple game when you're playing stall teams. Toxapex not dying out today. It's a pretty simple game when you're just playing stall. It's just set it up, protect out, make some good plays. And Seal had fake out this whole time. How dare you, Seal? How dare you? So he goes for fake out. I was going to go for Sucker Punch. Good thing I didn't. I'm able to block up these shots. And that's the thing. A lot of people are just like, all right, like, I'm not going to worry about Toxapex. What's it going to do? Poison me? Like, I'm just going to kill it before the poison kills me. But no. I can stall out plenty of turns. I can waste out tons of turns, especially with Infestation and Poison at the same time. It's just a ton of damage. It's just a ridiculous amount of damage. And then the fact is I have Wide Guard. I have other things to kind of just, like, keep everything going. It's nice. It's nice. So I can waste out a lot of turns, especially in Regulation I, where double hitting moves are, like, really, really, like, in right now. A lot of Pokemon are using them. So, it's nice. It's really nice. So, Amir, I'm guessing they're just going to cancel the match here. I am going to try to go for an Infestation there. And I should outspeed. Actually, it's Trick Room right now. So, I'm going to go for a Sucker Punch into the Seal. Yep, bye-bye, Seal. Get on out of here. Get on out of here, man. No restricted Pokemon needed. I knew this was a gimmick team, and they tried really hard. But it wasn't enough for the Pecs. For the Toxapex, baby. Toxapex going nuclear. Going nuclear today. Endeavor's going to fly here. Not going to KO me. And Poison, combined with Infestation, is going to take another soul. Thanks for playing. 3-0 perfect record with this Toxapex team. Really hope you guys did enjoy it. This was a lot of fun for me to record. I feel like everybody loves a good old Toxapex stall team. Honestly, it's kind of funny. I seen this rental code today, and I was looking at it. I was like, I don't know how I would play with Toxapex stall team in Regulation I. I don't know if I would do good. I don't know if I would do bad, but ultimately, I ended up deciding to use this team, and it worked out perfectly. 3-0 perfect record. Toxapex was so much fun to use and very, very easy to use. You just kind of put it next to a Pokemon that could allow it to set up its Toxic Spikes, and then from there, I mean, kind of just pick your poison. If they have double hitting moves, we're going to go for Wide Guard. If they don't, we're going to try to set up some Infestations, and we're just going to slowly just pester down the team until eventually they all die and we win the game. And that's what we did. We did it twice in today's video, match number 1 and in match number 3, and then in match number 2. Flutterman and Urshifu just kind of took the show there. But guys, that is going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy the content, don't forget to smash that like button for me. And if you're new here, click that big red subscribe button so you know when all of my videos go live. Seriously, you guys rock out. Make sure you spread some positivity every day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.